Namaste. How are you doing? We are entering deeper and deeper every day. And today's our topic in the Karma Yoga is to how to change the attitude in the mind in the real life situations so that we can dissolve, drop and destroy our anxiety, getting upset, agitation in real life situations in daily life. You wake up in the morning and the mind says, I'm into anxiety. How to change that attitude instantly? And that is a test, an examination for you from today. That what you have learned until now. Sometimes we have thought in our mind, how long I need to continue? I need to continue until I have a total transformation into life. How that total transformation takes place in the life. By consistent listening, learning, first step. Contemplation and reflection is the second step. And applying means the practice is the third step. So all the three steps reveals the 40 steps of the self-discovery, and we are in the second step. Perhaps you might have realized that how the second step I unfolded step by step in the series of the 6 talks, and now we are in the 7th talk, how to implement, how to change that attitude in the mind in the real life situations. So let us follow a simple practice before we move into its application. Eyes are closed. Place of the body. Become aware of the surrounding. What does it mean? Become aware of the space all around your body. And there is always a space around the body, but we tend to forget, and the mind, because of its attitude, it says, I'm upset with you. But there is a space between you and me. It's just matter making yourself aware. Oh, there is a space between you and me, and the space does not have any form of the anxiety, so how can anyone cause me anxiety? So when I think in this way, my state of anxiety changes to the state of the calmness. Anyhow, position of the body, check that you are comfortable, and we make it comfortable. You become aware of the neck joint. Not only then the neck joint at the surface. Ask your mind to look at the root of the neck joint. It is a simple way to move the mind within. And experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Go deeper. Look at the root of the shoulder joints. Be there. Feel the sensation, comfort and steadiness. Move the mind on the knee joints. We are picking up the few joints in order to awaken to a higher awareness, to experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. We are not doing anything. We are shifting our awareness. Or we can say we are shifting our mind. But why we are shifting our mind? To raise our awareness. But why we want to raise our awareness? To bypass those crazy attitudes of the mind whose impressions are buried deep inside, ready to express itself into anxiety, duality, conflict. And that is what we say the impurity of the mind is. And now being carefree. No, look at the entire body. Experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Looking at the body and experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So do you examine what exactly we did? We shifted the awareness and attention of the mind. Or you can say we became conscious. When you are conscious of the particular moment, you cannot be angry. That is why I told you before also that you cannot plan to be angry tomorrow at 10 a.m. Because when the 10 a.m. comes, you are already aware. In the field of the awareness, the anger cannot take place, anxiety cannot take place. Oh, think, reflect on it. Let us follow the second step is being carefree. Being carefree? Thoughts are there, feelings is there, emotions are there. And I told you, attitude is equal to thought plus feeling. Sometimes we have a feeling and you are not able to understand that feeling. It pops up in your mind and then you have a thought. Then you say, I have an anxiety, my mood is not good, I'm upset. You express later. And sometimes you have a thought that I'm upset, and then it corresponds with the same feeling. So let us examine the thought plus the feeling. That is what is being carefree. Examine means what? You are observing thoughts and the feelings. They are coming and going into the mind. How they are coming and going into the mind? Like the traffic on the highways. You need not to enter inside the traffic, or you need not to enter into the traffic. You can still watch the traffic while standing across a road. Again, I'm giving you a physical metaphor. So what is that who is standing across the road? That is your awareness. That is you. Your mind is engaged, is busy in the traffic, but you are different from your mind. That is the meaning of being carefree. To say it simply means you are watching the thoughts coming and going. You are watching the thoughts coming and going, and the mind has a lot of thoughts, feelings, they come and go. They are moving, but you are standing across. So you have a thought, or then you have a feeling. Sometimes you have a feeling first, and then it corresponds to a particular thought. I think I made myself clear. So when I observe means I separate the thought and the feeling, thought or the feeling, or thought and the feeling together. I can create another conscious thought and wait for the feeling to support it. Anxiety is gone, the stress is gone, getting upset is gone. It's a very subtle area. It comes by practice, practice, and practice. But at present, I'm talking of the being carefree. I'll explain to you how it should happen. So you are carefree. In that state of being carefree, we watch again, we observe again what happens when you experience the thoughts and the feelings are separate from you. They are coming and going. They are not the part of you. They are the part of the mind. Look at the head and the neck and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Look at the right arm, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look or be aware of the left arm, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look at the middle portion of the body, the chest and the belly and the spine of the back. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body, and experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. What is the most important point to be noted today? That when you separate the attitude of the mind, means the thought, a corresponding thought plus the feeling from you, because they are the content of the mind, they are not you. Result is sensation, relaxation, and stillness. But what happens, the mind has trillions and trillions of impressions buried inside. They have already taken the shape of different states of the mind. Where are those different states of the mind? I'll be talking about it. I have already discussed. Stressed mind, money mind, monkey mind, biased mind, strong likes and dislikes mind. They are already there. Now you meet a situation or a person or a feeling or a thought inside your head. So those mind pops up, and then you say, I'm into anxiety, duality, and a conflict. We need to purify that mind. That is our second step. So, in the practice, you, in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, you now keep looking at the breath. Can I say, you keep looking at the moving breath? In the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, can I say, keep looking at the moving breath in the state of being comfortable, carefree, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You're totally separate from the mind. In that state, even if any thought comes with a corresponding feeling, you are not affected. You are not dictated. And if you are not dictated, not affected, the joy, the peace that is already within you expresses itself, and your mind says, yes, I'm in peace and calmness. I believe you got it. You have been doing the practice for so long, but we are going deeper and understanding. So the time comes when you simply do nothing and you have a conscious experience of the calmness, peace, joy inside. And the regular practice helps us to reveal the inner peace and happiness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Open your eyes and stay calm, stay focused. Why you have to listen to one of the greatest principles, that is what we say. How to change the attitude in the mind in real life situations. I will go through it step by step. Karma Yoga. Change in attitude inside the mind. I have been saying it by thinking and feeling. And then you express it in thought and action outside without expecting any result. Karma Yoga. So this is our second step out of the 40 steps. So what happens? The second step aims to purify the mind, but it changes your behavior and attitude and expression in daily life situations. So what happens after the purification of the mind? You are ready to move to the next step. The third step is marvelous. We come closer to the real self. But today our So we'll talk about and understand about the attitude, how to change that attitude in real life situations, to enjoy the change, the expression, to find the peace and happiness at any time inside you, and so you're in your behavior and action. We have to make it a habit. We have to replace the earlier habit. I'm into anxiety. I have a lot of stress. What should I do? Today I have a lot of stress. I have to change this attitude for once and for all. Is it possible? 100% possible. I'll make you understand, and then you have to follow these. How we think. Tell me how we think and speak, feel, and act. The way we think, feel, and act, that is the way we interact with the world. Oh, what a beautiful flower it is in your backyard. Oh, what a beautiful pet I have. You see, that is how we interact with the feeling. Thought is there and action. Oh, let me pat my pet. Interaction with the world outside is through the sentence, means the thought, through the symbol, through the feeling. That is what is happening all the time. So I receive something from the world and I give something to the world. Are you getting it? The mind is a receiving and giving station. Mind is the receiving and giving station. I'm just writing, it prompted my mind to say this. Receiving and giving station. What a beautiful flower. I'm giving something. After I received, look at a person. What a good guy he is. So first I received, and then mind gave the interpretation. That is the receiving station. Now, if the relationship of this giving and receiving is in harmony, I have no problem. Are you getting it? Receiving with anyone, receiving with the world. And the world may be a situation, maybe a people, person, relations, or gadgets. Sometime, our phone hangs and we want to throw the phone. I'm giving something. I'm throwing the phone, and then what happens? Phone does not know that you have thrown. And it is broken and I get upset. I get upset, but phone does not know that you have thrown. Attitude. I'm just talking of the attitude. That is how we interact with the world. So as long as I give what I receive, did you understand? What I receive from the world first, and how the mind gives its interpretation, gives it interpretation before giving it back. Makes a difference? Are you getting it? First, receive. Second, interpretation. Where in my mind? Then expression. That expression in thought, speech, action, and feeling is giving. Chain is complete. So where the attitude comes in, my interpretation, attitude is there in the interpretation. Am I clear? Interpretation. And in that interpretation, we have a thought plus feeling. You see the most ugly person in front of you. I'm just giving an example. You see the ugly person in front of you. You receive it. Now, at that moment, the mind is very calm. Expanded state of the mind. Expanded state. That mind sees oneness of everyone. Will you create any feeling of ill will against that person? No. So your interpretation is in the state of the calmness. So even when you see the person is ugly, you welcome. That is the attitude. Have you seen the picture of our Abraham Lincoln, our president, past president? Perhaps there are 15 volumes of letters of Abraham Lincoln, who is a great philosopher, thinker, who united our country. Do you ever have a feeling of ill will against his ugly face? Because the mind has perceived his contribution to this great country. Attitude. That is how we build our relationship. That is how we build our relationship with the world outside, and our attitude. It is the mind, feeling, emotions that creates the thought, speech, and action. Does anything in the world, situation, people, event, create stress, anxiety? You will say yes, no. Be aware. If you say that no, the outer situation, people in the world creates an anxiety, then I'll ask you, does that situation contain the anxiety? Does that person is made up of the anxiety so that you became anxious or you got upset? Does that person contains the spices of upset? Answer is no. After receiving, somewhere in that mind gives the interpretation. You have to listen to this again and again and digest it and assimilate it. Let me give you another example. For example, the debit comes to you, Mom, are you ready to be angry and upset over me? and your mind become conscious and suddenly asks, what the heck you're asking me? No, I'm asking you that, are you ready to be upset over me? Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to get into anxiety? No one. So what clarity we get? No situation, no relation, no person, no time, no location has to do with my fear, my anxiety, my upset, my reaction, my stress, my suffering. It comes by we have already inbuilt our attitude. And if we change that attitude, the life is going to change. Why and how? I'll pick up it again in the next lesson also. So, what is our conclusion? Nothing in the world says or prompts me to suffer. Nothing in the world, no one in the world says or prompts me to be angry or upset. It is the interpretation of my mind. First I have received, and then the interpretation of the mind. Mind gives the false interpretation. Then I start thinking, speaking, and acting. And of course, with the corresponding feeling, then I say I'm into anxiety, I'm upset, I'm reactive. Because past impressions are accumulated for years. Behind that, anxiety and upset. They manifest, they express themselves. Past impressions are deposited with likes and dislikes, reaction, hatred, attachment, delusion, wrong notions. If you read a book which says the hero is in extreme stress, you don't get into stress, you read the information. But here, when the mind reads the information, it has a corresponding emotion and the feeling already deposited. The book in the mind, book in the mind also corresponds with the feeling. The book outside is a dead book. They keep multiplying deep inside. They wait their expression at the right time, in the right situation, at the right place, at the right people. Why I'm using the word right time, right place, right situation? Because they are already present deeper inside my head, of which I am not aware. So the outer situation, people, relationship, and the time simply triggers. It works as a catalyst. They work as a catalyst. They are not responsible. And then I express myself. This is what is our attitude is. So I told you, attitude has two elements, the thought plus the feeling. Why the thought? So that I can recognize cognitive as well as emotional content. Feel attitude have cognitive means that by which I become conscious. How can you become conscious? The moment you say I'm upset, feeling inside, and you have already expressed. So feeling plus thought. So this feeling plus the thought creates the different states of the mind. I have already underlined a couple of different states of the mind. like money mind, sheep mind, monkey mind, rationalized mind, cognitive biased mind, like and dislike mind, mood swing mind, depressed mind, grandiose mind, or ego mind, stressed and angry mind. Because of the past impressions already deposited, present in my mind, these causes the impurities in the mind, we say in Eastern wisdom. But I'm making it more pragmatic, more lively so that we can understand it easily. Or you can say upset mind. In the last email you wrote to me upset. That is also one thought and the feeling, attitude. So this attitude gave birth to a different states of the mind, money mind, sheep mind, etc., 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 etc. They are already present, and the outer situation, people, and the relationships trigger. You told me about the girl you meet in the office. The girl is not the factor responsible, but she acts as a triggering point. And the triggering point, what is already present in my mind, a sense of like and dislike mind. We need to understand. So, to change the attitude means what? Can I change the feeling instantly? No. But can I change the thought process? Yes. Thought says, I hate you. Come on, my friend, mind. What you are thinking, why you are hating that person. That person has the same right to exist in the world as I have the right. We both share the same sun, the earth, the world outside, the air. What I have to do with the hatred against someone, can I underline the three benefits of the hatred? So, what happens? You have changed the feeling because you are changing the thought process. Now that hatred has dropped from it, you have changed your attitude and you are free. Same thing you can do when you are upset, when you are into anxiety. Why you can do? Because now you are a seeker. You have learnt a lot. You have to apply this in your daily life. And you have to write 10 examples that you acted on daily. So yeah, I want to listen 60 examples or 70 examples this week that you have changed your attitude by thinking. Money mind. You see, money mind is an attitude. So when we have a money mind, so there are many, I would say, the many challenges that we face. Workaholism, neglecting health, relationship, integrity in our relentless pursuit of the wealth. We enter into devious financial practices for the sake of the gain, addictive attachment. So this attitude is present in the mind and it prompts me to act differently. Same thing with happens with the sheep mind. Sheep mind means that I without examining, I have a particular opinion about the people and the relationship. Sheep mentality, you already know. We share ideas without verifying the facts, participating in harmful group thinking, money mind, monkey mind. Money mind we have already covered. So I'm just underlining these are the major different states of the mind which gives rise to a different attitude. Result is anxiety, duality, conflict, problem, reaction, frustration, anger. Monkey mind is one of them. I have a difficulty focusing at any point in time when I'm in a different situation with the people and the relationship, and because of the lack of the focus, I blast. I get upset. I get angry. Same thing with the rationalized mind. I'm saying that I rationalize without cause and effect. It's a very bad habit. There are some ethical lapses. Because of I have a rationalized mind, I blame others rather than taking responsibility for the problems caused by poor self-discipline and control. You gave me an example of the drink. Oh, you might be thinking, you read my mind. Yes, it's very easy. You learn all the principles of Eastern wisdom. You can also learn it to read it. But you read now your own mind to evolve yourself. Same thing happens in a cognitive biased mind. So cognitive biased mind, someone comes and you have a narrow judgment, you have a raw judgment based on our limited understanding, limited stereotypes. And that normally happens in the political views and also in our relationship with the near and dear ones. We always have a biased mind. And stressed and angry mind. Verbally lashing out at loved ones due to irritation about unrelated issues, making reckless decisions while overwhelmed over anything. We try to escape, but I'm not allowed to escape, so then I have a stress. Or then I escape into addictive behavior. It may be a substance abuse, it may be a drinking. I have a stress. Let me drop the stress before I take a glass of wine. No. Wine can help me. An ultimate result of taking more. Likes and dislikes mind. I'm talking of the attitude, it is already present in us, which is causing the impurity. We need to purify this mind. Likes and dislikes mind. I've already given an example, the mood swing mind, depressed mind, grandiose mind, unrealistic, overconfidence, resulting in financial ruin and a poor investment. Today our focus is how to apply, how to change the attitude, how each attitude causes the suffering we already know. I have already explained to you. But now question comes that what thought I should have in the mind in these different states. So first I have to recognize these states of the mind like money mind. So if the money mind is working unconsciously at a deeper level below the surface, I should have an attitude of contentment. I should have an attitude of using the wealth for a higher purpose. You can have a thought, you can start thinking, how can I contribute the value beyond the profit pursuit? How can I give it to the noble cause? You give a break to that attitude of the money mind. Contentment. That is why in all the religions and the spiritual philosophy, we talk about the contentment, we talk about to offer services for the noble cause. It doesn't fit into your mind? Let me give you another thought. So the moment the money mind is causing some problem, you gave me an example of Amazon. Binge, can I use the word binge buying? I choose to see the money as temporary. I value the relationship of the money with me. I will value the money, use the money for a higher purpose, this much of amount. It will give a break to the money-mindedness. Or you can say, I realize the financial success means little if my mind is not in a calmer state. So my mind, you get rid of this idea. I will consciously cultivate contentment in the blessings I have while ethically helping those in need. I'm just giving an example. You have to create more examples like this, more thought process. Sheep mind. So in the attitude, we have to change this attitude of the sheep mind means, no, let me think it independently before I make an opinion in this situation about a person or an event. Independent analysis. So this is not my cup of tea to get rid of and to follow the herd. Let me have an independent and principled thinking. You say to your mind, but if it doesn't work, then you calmly challenge the sheep mind by asking what evidence supports and conclusions drawn on this sheep thoughts. How could my views evolve on learning new facts? Say, for example, someone comes to you and he criticizes person A. You don't get carried away. You say you seem to be right. Let me understand clearly what you said to me before I make my opinion. So you kept all those ideas on the surface. I will think independently about issues to form my viewpoint. I question ideas first before spreading them without verification. Or you can simply say, I will avoid spreading misinformation or hostile rumors by verifying the facts. Sometimes people also come to me and they keep on, especially the couples, where the husband keep on criticizing wife. And every statement I simply say, hmm, 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 hmm. After all, the couple are living together. So I don't allow the sheep mind to work here. That is how I've been guiding, counseling people. Monkey mind. think. So monkey mind, so we normally what happens that we get easily irritated when the mental state is the monkey mind. So you should ask yourself where I am now, what I have to do, what is my responsibility, what is my duty here and now. You shake your head and return to your attention. So when you have a distraction in the monkey mind, you get immersed into the negative states of the mind. I anchor my awareness gently in the present when distracted. You say to yourself, I feel irritated. No, no, let me return to my attention gently. You say to yourself, and then you talk to a person, oh, what you were saying, can you repeat it again? And then you start paying attention. You purposefully focus fully on the task, on the conversation. Get rid of the monkey mind. Tell to your mind. Why I'm saying conscious thought, it is going to create a corresponding emotion. Attitude change. Rationalized mind, never, please, never, never enter into the rationalized mind. Rationalized mind that it forms an opinion, it makes a statement without cause and effect. I should be responsible for self-correction. You should start thinking. How can this particular situation, this relationship become a learning lesson? How can I mature from this experience? So feeling is your courage and moral responsibility. Self-honesty comes. And your mind gets rid of getting upset or anxiety. I honestly accept the responsibility for how overeating or drinking is impacting my health. Cognitive biased mind. You already know what it. So you can think when you have that state of mind. I notice myself making assumptions based on stereotypes. I will consciously reflect first on my biases before judging people and the situations. So your anger is gone, your anxiety is gone, your upset is gone, your duality is gone. I can bet you. I sometimes dismiss, or you can say, I sometimes dismiss ideological perspective, different than the mine, without fair consideration. I will catch myself when forming stereotypes and instead actively empathize beyond surface judgments. So, what will happen? You will love equally to all your sons and daughters, your friends and relations. Attitude has changed. You have prevented yourself from falling into deep anxiety. Stressed mind. So you thinking, when frustrated, I feel the stress, no doubt. So I'm in stress. Let me look deep inside myself when and where I have experienced the extreme peace and the calm. And I realize that I experience the peace and calm when I am not attached to the outer situations, peoples, and relations. Do I need to get attached to this? So when you are consciously thinking, it will create a corresponding feeling. You are free there. It is only for a seeker, a higher seeker. There's This lesson is for the higher seeker. Like and dislikes mind. Let me check my decisions. That goes beyond the likes and dislikes. Because I know like and dislike will create an emotion, and it will create a selfish preferences. It will cause the attachment. It will make me upset. So I'm not going to take a decision. Mood swing mind. You have to create a lot of other different states of the mind. You label it, objectify it, separate it, and then create a thought. Create a thought. I told you a simple way. Attitude has a cognitive and emotional content. Cognitive component is a thought, corresponds with the feeling. Can you say while laughing that I'm very upset today? Because that corresponding feeling does not match, and then people will say what you are talking, you are laughing, and you say that you're upset. So attitude has two elements: corresponding thought. Corresponding thought. It's a cognitive, and plus the feeling. Sometimes you have a feeling first, and then you have a thought. In both the cases, now that attitude is defined because of the past impressions, and the past impressions has an element of likes and dislikes and delusion and what else? Attachment and detachment. Many episodes of the anger and the reaction is already buried inside. So they have created the different states of the mind. They are always awaiting our expression in a situation, in relationship with a people, event, whether it's a Christmas event or any event, or in any moment when you wake up, or you are sleeping, or you are talking, or at the workplace. So that is already deeply inside present. And that is what we say the impurities of the mind. We need to purify the mind. Karma yoga. And I told you the karma, attitude inside the mind, behavior outside without expecting any reward. So as the attitude is formed by a thought plus the feeling, can I think in any situation? Yes. When I'm in stress, I can think. When I'm into anxiety, I can think. Reaction, anxiety, think. When I'm in joy, I can think. So if I think rightly with these different crazy states of the mind to arouse a corresponding emotion, the life will change. Attitude changes, the life will change. Are you getting it? We'll go a little deeper, further deep, but respond to me every day. It's such a beautiful step. You are ready to purify the mind at any time, in any situation, at any place, in any relationship. that takes you deeper. Thank you.